So, I'm getting notifications. So it's not often that I feel compelled to do some sort of a video, but I feel really compelled right now. The other day, my mom was telling me about the show Kitchen Nightmares and about this restaurant with this crazy woman, and she was like the only chef, and her husband was some rich guy that just bought her a restaurant, and they were not good at making food, and they were really rude, and Gordon Ramsay was gonna fix him up, and he couldn't, and I was really bored this morning, and I had nothing to do, so I decided to watch the episode, and since it's been beaten into a lot of people's heads for the past few days, I don't want to talk about it. I want to talk about a theme that I saw in the episode that I see a lot, actually, that I wanted to talk about. And that is criticism. Yay! So I know, as someone who was born into a not so good financial situation, and my parents were getting divorced, when I was really young, and I'm white, and I lived in Virginia, and then I moved to New York, and my situation got substantially better, and I went to public school. Criticism wasn't really a thing I ever worried about. And I did talk about, when I did a review of the documentary Bully, that I was bullied, but that's not criticism. That was blatant insults to make me feel awful about myself and feel really unsafe. And I noticed that the woman who was the owner of the restaurant with her husband, Amy, she couldn't take criticism, and she immediately resorted it to bullying and people that are haters. So they're just saying mean things to be mean. And the sad thing is, I understand it, unfortunately. I think nowadays, or at least in this society, from what I have seen as like a middle class now, female, and white, public school, in college, majoring in art, which is something you get criticized for all the time. By the time I got into college, I noticed most of my peers didn't know how to be critiqued, and they just couldn't understand it. And I think it's because we do this really cute thing where we are really, what's the word? Contradicting to our children. So when we're growing up, we are taught that we're pretty much good at everything we do. When you're doing a sport, you're always told that you did a great job, even if you didn't. When you do an art project, when you play your instrument for the first time, you always did really well. And when you're really little, you're always praised on that. And when you're not praised, a lot of the response from a younger kid will be extreme upsetness and downheartedness. And a lot of people don't want to see a kid do that, so they're nice. And what happens is, by the time a kid gets to the age where they're more independent thinking and they can solve things on their own and function in society. They were never told that they were bad at anything. They were never told that they could improve on things. They were always told that they were great. And what you see is kids who are in high school, who got into all their AP classes and are making A's, and they're just sailing through everything. They go into college and they're just overwhelmed. And colleges have to lower their standards because high schools made it easier for them. And this is known as the floating standard. And every year it gets more and more, well, stupid. We just get more stupid every year. We just lower our standards every single year. Because, well, we don't want to be mean. We don't want to fail anyone. We want to give children the choice to do better. So we lower our standards. And it's really easy. Just a kid doesn't turn in an assignment on time, well, you can turn it in by the end of the week. Kid doesn't make such a good grade on tests, well, you can correct the tests and hand it in later. And what happens is, when they go out into the real world, it doesn't work like that. You don't get to just redo things. You don't get to just please everyone and be perfect. And I think as an art major, at least from what I know other majors go through this and other walks of life, but I know from my own experience, a lot of people are overwhelmed when they go into an art class and they get critiqued, or they have to critique for the first time, and they're being told that things on their artwork are, wrong, and they're being told that they need to improve things, and, we're taught to be extremely nice about it. We're taught, for every bad thing you say 2 good things, and don't say any bad things, just be like, I wish you would have done this, or like, it looks great, but if you just tweak this, it would look brilliant. And no, we need to stop. It's great to be nice, but people don't learn if you're just being fake to them all the time. It's called constructive criticism. And I think what this episode of Kitchen Nightmares showed is what happens when you never learn constructive criticism. What happens is you think that everything's right that you do because you were never told and you were never taught that it was wrong. So what happens is people in high school go off to college and they get hit with criticism and they take it the wrong way because their whole life they were taught that what they did was great and it was all right and it was good, and there's no reason why I should have gotten a C on this paper because I always made A's in all my other classes. That's not how it works. And with art, I see it in all my classes. People are afraid to say bad things about someone's artwork. But someone's not going to get hired if their art looks like someone who got out of high school and was told all the pictures they made were pretty and cute and well done. They're not going to get hired anywhere. What they need is criticism. They need other people's perspectives. You're only one person. You can't see everything. You're not perfect. You need other people's point of view, and it'll be bad sometimes. You used the wrong font. You should have done it reversed because it's all wobbly and weird and wacky, and why would you do that? And that looks strange, and those colors don't work. And I just see all the time people are just afraid to criticize other people because they don't want to be criticized themselves. And I think we need to learn to just tell each other, first of all, the truth, and second of all, the truth does not have to be an insult. It can be constructive to help you in the long run. If I was never critiqued and everyone was just like, your picture's great, it's good, you're fabulous, like my parents have been telling me my entire life whenever they look at a piece of artwork, I would have never gotten into college for art. And I would not be doing as well in my classes as I am. So what I'm going to give as advice is don't be afraid to criticize something in a smart way to help someone else. And don't be afraid to get criticism. It's not a bad thing. It's supposed to be a tool to help you become a better you. It's not to insult. It's not to bring you down. It's to make you better. By asking you, if you could change this one thing about your artwork, it would look better. Or 5 things. It's to help you. It really doesn't benefit me by telling you to do something. So, anyways, clearly this woman, Amy, never learned what criticism was. Otherwise, her food probably would have been really top because she would have known that, oh, it's too soggy. That's not an insult. That's if you fix this, it'll be great. So, that is my little bit of advice that I can give. I just felt the need to just put it out there. Criticism's awesome. Don't do it in a rude way. It's meant to help people. And, when you get criticism, use it constructively, build yourself up, take what people say, use it, be your best you, do great, be awesome. Ask for people's opinions, ask for the truth, always tell the truth, unless it's really mean, then don't tell the truth. I don't know. I'm just some chick sitting on her bed who really felt the need to tell you why this made me want to make a video. So yeah, that's all I have to... Well, that's not all I have to say about that, but that's all I'm going to say. Yeah. So I hope all of y'all go out and make the world better and do great things in life. So yeah.